Well, it seems many weeks since we started those podcasts, but they've grown and grown. It's John Grant again from Apovisions, and with me is Ian Fredericks. It's part 6 of our steps to help the SMEs. We've come a long way together, and you can catch up on some of the things that you may not have heard. It's on the online magazine, apovisions.blogspot.com, apovisions.blogspot.com, and you can catch up on all the podcasts right up to date, including this one. Contact us as well, please, because we're getting towards the end of these podcasts and we'd love to hear from you. apovisions@gmail.com. That's apovisions@gmail.com. Okay, part 6. Ian, what's the subject matter today?
Okay, today, John, thanks, and step 6 is encompassing. How does your business encompass all of the things that it needs to do? Now, this may seem pretty simplistic, but what we notice is that many small and medium-sized enterprises and even larger organizations forget some of the fundamentals. So we're going to look at those fundamentals today. And the first one you would start with is, what is your business card saying? What are the details that it has? You know, this is your face that you're giving out to people. Now, you should have, obviously, your name and your address in detail, phone, fax, email. In today's environment, it would be important that you've got some electronic identification, whether it be a website, a blog, or such a thing as an online magazine that John's encouraging you to go and have a look what Apovision and some of our clients have already experienced. See, these are important things. What does your letterhead say if you're sending out mail? And there are other aspects, your advertisement, the things that you have in the phone book. These are all part of today's educational process, the technology aspect of what we do in the marketplace. And what we're finding in the clients that we've worked with is that it often pays to do what is the opposite to what you think is logical to do. Examples: more and more people are using email, which is great, but that gives the opportunity to do certain things through snail mail or the post. Many people are using videos and they're forgetting the phone, or they're relying on the email to do that. Here's an interesting question. If you phoned your business, how enthusiastic is the reply of the person answering the phone? Maybe they're having a bad day, could have the flu. Whatever it may happen, how that person answers the phone is part of the encompassment that we're talking about. It's your face. It is the window that you take to the marketplace. And all too often, we see people who go a long way to doing advertising, getting people to come to them, and the details aren't there. So here's a very quick checklist. Business card. You must have a business card. In all of the material that you send out are the full details available where people can find you. Even your staff should have something of your company that gives that information out. And when you start seeing that every part of what you have is part of information technology today, then you're going a long way to getting people to come back and find you easily. You've spent the money to attract people to you, give them the information, and make sure it is clear. An example is, if you gave it to a 10 to 12-year-old, could they fully understand the information? Now, if they can do it, it means that your marketplace can find you, and that's what we want people to do. So just think about those basics, those fundamentals. They are just so vital and easy to overlook. And in today's environment, you might think that you're a small business, you don't need a website, you don't need online technology. Well, we're telling you, you need to be able to provide that. It is not the solution to everything, but you need to have it in today's market. Also, you need to have the face-to-face contacts, because that's where your business really develops, of how you interact with people on a human level. The computer will not do everything for you, and if you want to grow your business, you do what you're good at, and when you do that and you advise people how they can get hold of you easily, then you're on the way to a very big leap over your competition.
Thanks, Ian. One of the things that, when you were speaking, it reminded me, is that the companies can spend an absolute long time getting their marketing correct, getting everything out to the market. And I had something the other day that a company here gave something out, and it was very good, and I wanted to take advantage of the promotion. Great literature, great flyers, ever so good, and I phoned up the company, and the person at the other end had no knowledge of it. So it's okay to do the marketing to the whole public, but if you've not sold it to your staff or they're not up to date with it, it's going to go nowhere. And unfortunately, on that occasion, it went nowhere because I just didn't want to pursue that any further. Yeah, but that's just a personal thing. Ian, thanks very much indeed. Week 6, well, it's coming to an end, and you can contact us on apovisions@gmail.com, or go to the online magazine where this podcast will now be there, along with the other previous 5, and that's at apovisions.blogspot.com. Next week, it's the last week in this current series, so until then, thank you very much indeed.